High vibes, tribe. We back at it. Another walk the walk and talk the talk. All right, so we're gonna start off today talking about like how our foundation or our foundational principles can lead us astray or have us walking around confused. So we're gonna start with the gut. So our gut is our first brain or our first processor. Hence why if you don't feed the gut properly, according to your anatomy and the way that you're created, it's going to affect every other aspect of your life. So let's get down to it. Just from the basics of it. We're one of the only species that they've convinced to drink milk from another species when our mothers create milk for us. So they tell us go ahead and drink milk from a cow. We so brainwashed and so dumbed down to where we actually take that suggestion and think it's the proper way. To where now we go to a grocery store and they got shelves and shelves of vitamin D milk and skim milk and 1% and 3% and 10% and ain't none of it for the gods. Who's on me? Let's go, brother. You know the routine. Yeah, so with us understanding and understanding that, okay, we've been lied to. Maybe we need to now go and switch up how we think. Sit. Thank you. So we got to switch up our mind and how we think. Plots. Thank you.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, bro? Y'all all right?
Yeah,
How you doing? All right. Discipline. Let's get back to it. So back to the conversation. Sorry about that, y'all. All right, so once they've convinced us to drink milk from another animal, another species that has nothing to do with how we built, and we don't really understand and understand, okay, so next, how did they convince us that other things that were unnatural were good for us? Okay, then they convinced us that, okay, we're going to give you vaccines and we have to give that to you unnaturally also. So now we got to inject something in you, because if they gave it to you orally, your body would naturally reject it. It would naturally reject it. Hence why they had to give it to you in an unnatural manner through a needle. So once we get to just back to the fundamentals of just the way our body is structured, man, this is the dopest computer that was ever created. But they got us trying to go and buy the dopest computer, and as i9 and i7 and i5, and they can't create the I am, which is us, we the gods that was made in the image and the likeness of. So if we get back to nature and we start just thinking a little bit, let's use our brains. Let's use our first brain. Let's first feed that first brain properly, which is our gut, our first processor, and then we could probably start thinking properly. And once we start thinking properly, we can start operating properly. But if we don't first start putting the proper foods or fuels in our guts, let's go. Oops. It's going to be almost impossible for us to change our actions, because you are what you eat. And if you eat fearful animals, not as intelligent animals, because they're not as intelligent as us, then you're going to be acting like that unintelligent animal. Oops. So let's go and tap into and just get some fundamentals. Let's just start to use our second brain properly and actually just go and start researching a few things. Why are we the only species that go to another species for its milk? Why? Let's just think about it from the, a basic standpoint. Well, because you were told to do that? Why do you think babies throw up so much? Oh, well, it's this, it's that. Projectile vomit. Like something you see off a movie. And we keep rocking with it. Don't think twice about it. Let's do a little introspection. Deep diving into self and see if we can, start with those basic fundamental facts and see if we can actually change up. Like, okay, if we start feeding our children or fueling our children properly, let's stop looking at them as, oh, it's a feed. You feed animals. The feed store, that's for animals. We're well-engineered machines. We need fuel. Let's put the proper fuel in our tanks and let's start running like a F1, race car instead of like a hoopty. Like most people, when they get out the bed in the rising, man, they getting out the bed like an old carbureted engine that need to be, tuned. Let's start running like something that has precision behind it. But to get that precision, we got to actually put the precise fuel in us. You can't put diesel fuel in a gasoline engine. No. You finna tear something up. When you putting feed, that's for the beast inside of, the gods. Like, we're going to run the way we run. We're going to have the ailments, the diseases, and all the issues that we have. Mental fog, fear, and all of that. So let's switch it up, y'all. And what's going on, bro? Let's switch it up and start putting the proper fuel in us and start operating more godly instead of animalistic. He can get away with it. He's supposed to do that. But guess what? He still shows an extreme sense of discipline because of the consistency. If we start putting the proper fuel in us consistently, just watch how things change for us. Watch how your life change. Watch how you create whatever it is you desire and whatever it is you put your mind to. So that's all we got for today, y'all. When we get back to it, we'll have another topic and we'll continue to build.